see if it works. And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Future of Ghost Hunting alongside my co-host Richard and our special guest Brian Murray from Ghost Hunters.
How's
Welcome.
it going? Go Baltimore.
That's his first comment.
It's always my first comment every day I wake up. I listen to Ray Lewis motivational speeches, and I get my day started.
That's motivational speaking, too.
I think the guy's brilliant.
Man, Ray. But I just see Ray and I get pumped.
I'm pumped just saying his name.
He's like, Ray Lewis. Woo! Oh,
I'm ready.
He was so hyped during his Hall of Fame speech. I think he sweat a bucket more than Brock Lesnar does in a WWE ring.
I tell you right now, Ray could put the pads on right now and still do it.
Oh, I believe it. No doubt. That he's literally just...
And he might. Who knows? Seattle might call him.
Yeah.
Everybody out of retirement.
They just pick everybody.
Right?
You know how I said Antonio Brown I thought might be the dumbest player in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
I got one even better. His name's Jeff Gordon.
Wait, Josh Gordon?
Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they might be related. Like, honestly, just like,
I don't know how many more chances you need.
oh man, I don't know why people keep giving him chances. And as a Brown, I was just like, why are we still messing with this guy? Like, what are we doing? Like, he's been on the team for I don't know how long, and because he had a couple 200-yard games, like he ain't on the field. Where's the 200 yards at? Like, this dude is just a perennial, like, just...
The talent's there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The hands, the speed, he's built the way you want him to be built. You know what I'm saying? For a wide receiver. He just likes weed.
Yeah. But here's my thing, and I've always said this, and, like, I'm a big to each their own, but I'm also, like, there's a time and a place. The shelf life for an NFL player, like I remember when Kellen Winslow was a tight end and he was with Cleveland for a while, and he was doing tricks on a motorcycle in a parking lot. Hey, dummy, listen, you're going to retire at
33.
Yeah, with a truckload of money. If I had made it to the NFL, my house would have 1.5 thick carpet, no steps, listen. I am not going to do anything that is potentially going to... So, okay, if you want to smoke weed, smoke when you retire. You'll have the money to buy a plantation if you want when you're done. Like,
I get it.
Stop for... It makes no sense. But I think it's just the culture of when they're starting young, not excusing anything by any means, but, like, I think it's the culture because, like, they start young, and they're these standout athletes, and then you got coaches, teachers, all types of people that let them slide because of their talent,
giving them things.
Yeah. So then it's like, and when they do get in trouble or get caught, it gets overlooked, and then next thing you know, you get a grown man who, for the last dozen years of their life as they've been an athlete, they get a pass. So it's like, look, I'm out here doing what I'm doing. Look, I'm going to get a pass. And it gets so ingrained that even when it gets to the point you're not getting passes no more, it's too late now. Like, they're stuck in that rut.
He won't be back.
No, I don't think he should.
He should not be back. I think he's done. I mean...
I don't think any NFL's ever had as many chances as Josh Gordon. Ever.
No.
You gave him your first chance.
It's weird
you should have took it.
Yeah, it's weird because some of them have done less and have been gone.
Man.
What Ray Rice did was awful.
Awful.
Oh, yeah.
But that dude was done.
Done. He disappeared off the face of the earth almost. It's like, whatever happened to Ray Rice?
What was the Jaguars receiver?
Blackman or...
Yeah. Blackman.
Justin Blackman, yeah.
Yeah. He got one opportunity.
Boom, gone.
Done. All the talent in the world.
Josh Gordon, he gets 37.
He has had more than I've ever seen.
Yep. It's the truth. And
It's like, how many times can the Patriots cheat without getting in trouble?
Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
Man, and you know, people they defend till they, and I'm one, and I like I'm accountability to me is everything. I've done my share of dumb stuff, you know, in life, and we always have to be accountable, hold ourselves accountable, you know. And it's just like, how many? I don't care what kind of excuses they got coming in, and they got so many gates, spy gate, plate gate, practice gate. Like what? Every time we turn around, and to me, the dynasty is tarnished. You can't call it a dynasty in my eyes because throughout the entire dynasty, gates keep popping up. you know?
You know, it's really bad when you even cheat and you have to go watch Cincinnati.
Oh my gosh! Right? What is
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's
look when they were spying on the Jets.
yeah.
Like like like
I don't
really?
know you guys anymore. All right, just saying.
Hey, he's got a big point. I was spying on Cincinnati's like sideline.
Cincinnati, third string team.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like one in nothing.
With Finley or whatever his name was at quarterback.
Yeah, even got caught and was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Yeah, I'm sorry, and then nothing. And then they investigated it, and they didn't find anything?
Well, they'll take a seventh round draft pick from them in 2028.
That's pretty much
Is
how
what
it
they'll
goes.
do.
They should be taking their first round picks for the next like 3 years because of everything that's going on throughout the years.
Also, they have more cap space than any team I've ever seen. If they want somebody, they just get him.
Yep. If it's not Cooks, if it's not Josh Gordon,
Moss, it's whoever. Yeah, they just
But they need somebody, they get him.
AB, and that only left them with 1 million, and then they still keep getting dudes. I'm just like, how? How do you get them?
I mean, well, look at they commander in chief, Kraft. What was he down there in Florida doing? I mean,
Yeah. They're a lot smarter than us. They're just smarter than us.
they got the blueprint. That's for sure.
They know what's up.
Are you sure
They
Antonio Brown isn't his stepson or something, Crafts? How
I don't
dumb
know
he
what
is?
happened there. If you can't make it on a cheating team,
excuse me. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
he played one game.
Yeah, the cheating team said you got to go. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
They were like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah. And then it doesn't help Antonio Brown's situation going on social media talking all that crap and
every day.
every
Every
single day.
day, like
He
just
apologizes at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, he comes out with, the commissioner don't like people named Brown.
And then
What?
he tells Juju's, and which I really do like Juju, even though I'm not a Steelers fan. I think he's a
I like
down to earth kid. And then AB's trashing him. I'm like, you were supposed to be the veteran presence to build him up with his confidence and stuff, and all you do is trash talk him when you leave.
Yeah, here's what I seen happen over there. Juju had a really good year, but he wasn't doubled and triple covered
True.
like AB was.
Mhm.
Put up good numbers, and AB didn't like that at all.
And
They gave him that. They gave him that MVP. I mean, Brown still had like 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
You know, he still played, but he wanted to be the piece.
Yeah. Everybody started saying Juju's name, and that started to deflect the shine. And he,
And I kind of see a little bit of Odell Beckham in there. No offense, Rich.
Then what? compared
I'm
to
not,
AB?
Yeah, because he
I don't see that.
he has complained about his targets recently.
Oh, okay, but Odell complaining about his targets. There's a big difference. When you see a lot of times, like you see footage, like they man him. You're manning Odell. Say what you want, but you want to man Odell, and then you see the play, and Odell is literally got him wide open, hand up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
and
the
then
quarterback
nothing.
in that direction. He's just that's the thing about Odell. He is a diva, but he can back it up, and he's
Hmm.
very passionate. And that was
But
his problem in New York was he's like, man, like, come on, get me the ball. I'm over here open. You can't even get the ball to me. Like as a somebody who wants to win, and you got the skills to do it, and they got me out here by myself with this guy. Utilize that. When you got a player like Odell, it's the same thing I said with Chubb. You got a running back like Nick Chubb, and in the first half of football, 30 minutes, you call 27 plays, and only 3 times did Nick Chubb touch the ball. You're messing up. You got Odell getting thrown at 4 times in a game. You got a top 5 receiver in the NFL, and you only threw the ball his way 4 times.
Yeah.
You gotta work him in there, you know. And
but when he doesn't get the ball, he shuts down.
yes, and that's the thing I don't like.
So
That
if he's
little
got 4 catches for 32 yards, and we're going into the third quarter, he's out of his game.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
If
and
he's
he's out
got
there lackadaisical, and yeah,
if he's got 5 catches for 89 and a touch in the first half, he'll go off.
yeah, oh yeah, and stay that way with that same energy. That was my thing with Cam Newton. I loved Cam Newton until I started seeing when he wasn't winning. He don't, you know, I don't expect you to have the same energy, but
What a baby!
exactly. You want to pout dude. No, man.
The Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl ruined his career.
Ruined.
Hmm.
He
Ruined.
has never been. They're getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Like he has never been the same since the Super Bowl.
And
And it,
don't get me started on McCaffrey. My goodness, what a beast.
oh,
Oh my God!
I was getting ready. I thought you was going a different direction. I was like, wait a
Oh no,
minute, though.
no,
You talk
no.
about
I,
CMC.
no, no. I gotta bring a little positivity now.
He's unreal.
Yep.
Unreal. He's bona fide. And dude,
I believe he'll have a couple MVPs.
oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
And
He's
Not,
he's a
he's
football
gonna,
player.
that was with
he's
a
gonna,
backup quarterback and a
I believe
suspect
he's
offensive
gonna be
line.
on the rushing list, and he's gonna be on the receiver list.
Yep.
He's an all. I believe he could play both sides of the field.
Oh, he probably could
Yeah,
play linebacker or corner.
This dude's a beast. He's a football player.
yeah, exactly. Football
He
player.
is Wes Welker and Marshall Falk combined.
I
Nice.
like that pairs. I
I
like
like
that.
what I did there.
I
I like
really
what I
do.
did.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
That
yeah,
is
that was
awesome.
good. That was good. That's
Uh,
that's real good.
and the crazy part is with McCaffrey is he did this with a backup quarterback all year long.
Well,
That's your starter. That's your
yeah,
starter now.
that just shows you like doesn't matter who's out here. If I can ball, I can ball. I don't care who out here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He could have
Ask,
probably just played quarterback and just run the ball if he would just give him the ball as quarterback and he could probably do it.
I think he has.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, McCaffrey is. Oh, I love McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey to me, he is like the Ray Lewis of that offense. Like he brings that mentality and he brings that confidence to the offense of the Panthers. You
I
just
played with him. Had trouble,
yeah.
trouble.
Brian, if
Who?
you didn't know,
I, with
we actually
McCaffrey, had
yeah. Brian,
trouble.
He's
Rich, should we tell
yes.
Brian what we do?
Well,
We actually run Madden leagues on
yeah,
Madden like with 32 users.
Oh yeah,
Yep, yes
yeah,
we do.
that's kind of cool.
yeah. You get usually you get about 2.5 days to schedule with your opponent. And then like to schedule get your game in. Um, you have all different types of leagues. You have like your hardcore league. There's no rules. We run sim leagues where basically trying to replicate. You don't see it on Sunday. Don't do it in here. Fourth and 19 on your own 5. They're not going for it in the NFL. punt the ball, play football.
Yeah.
You know, no running up the score really. Like, you it's fourth quarter, you're up 3-4 touchdowns. Run the ball, get the clock out. Like, show some sportsmanship to your teammate. Nobody likes to get beat by 70 in an NFL game you don't see on Sunday.
Yeah,
You know,
only Seattle does that, but
Or
right?
the Ravens.
I'm okay with the Ravens doing it.
All right, touche.
They're trying.
So that sounds awesome. I just don't have any time for that. I got
get
no
that.
time. My
Wouldn't matter.
time nowadays is either I'm on the road, and when I'm home, it's all about the family.
I get that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, try to do things with them and see them because I'm gone for weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
And we
honestly,
completely respect that.
I haven't even got. I bet I've seen maybe 5 football games this year,
Man.
which is. I mean, I liked those 5. We got to beat the Patriots. We got to beat Houston. We got to beat Seattle. So I was into all that. But yeah, I'd love to do stuff like that, but just the time is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't see where you would fit it in like that.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it was like a league where you could play one game a week, like on a Sunday. Or,
Yeah, but even then, there's a lot that goes into the job that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's constant. It's not. For instance, I bet just today alone, I've talked to everybody on our team. I've talked to producers. We're going to be getting ready to go out and do a couple more episodes here shortly. So we're starting to plan that. So it's pretty constant. You know,
Right.
I mean, it's all worth it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely worth
There's
it.
a lot. Oh yeah.
And
So,
go ahead, Rich.
I just so like what was it like experience or experiences that kind of got you, like, what really drew you toward like the paranormal in the first place?
So I was between 14 and 16. I don't remember the actual year. I went over to this girl's house to try to date her, and I brought my buddy with me. And we're sitting in her basement, and she went to the bathroom, and her mom came, and she had like a tray of drinks, and she bent over and put them on the table. And when she did that, there was a man standing behind her. This man was looking at us, and he turned and walked and went away. Now, me and my buddy both saw it. We left. I didn't talk to the girl. I still haven't talked to her. And from that point on, I was like, I got to figure it out. It terrified me.
Yeah.
I got to figure it out. I got to figure out what that was. And that's what I've been doing ever since. I got to figure it out. In the job that I have now and in the investigations that we do now, I try to realize that most people don't understand that kind of phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably scares them. So somebody that's been through it, now I can put the pieces of the puzzle together and try to help them out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We don't know.
Yeah. I don't personally care about, I mean, I care, but the intentions weren't to be on a television program. The intentions were, this is something I'm passionate about. This is something that I need to figure out for myself. While I'm doing that, maybe I can help other people along the way. That's what it is.
You've been investigating for quite some time now, even before.
Oh, yeah. I've got a team back here in my hometown that I've had for the last 13 years. And I had researched and things like that even before that group started. I mean, I was obsessed with it because I had to know. Like, you don't just see things and hear things and feel things without just going, oh, it was, I have to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally, like, I 100%, because, like, as a kid, I remember we lived in this apartment house Um, I had two brothers, my mom, my stepdad, lived in this apartment house. The house is made into three apartments, and there was two downstairs, and ours was upstairs. And you had like these wooden steps that came up to our front door. Then when you, excuse me, you come in our front door, like literally, like if you walked in the front door, there's like one of them old plastic like rubber runner mats that would go across the floor. You know, you see everybody used to have them back in the day. But and it was just open space. There was a living room. The first door on your right, as soon as you walk in, you took your shoes off. There was a bedroom door. We didn't have a door on our bedroom. That was our bedroom. You walk past the door. We had one of them big floor model Zenith TVs. Keep walking, keep walking past it. You get into like this little hallway, and then there's like a restroom in the kitchen. Every night, except Sunday nights, which was odd, you would hear around the same time at night, you would hear somebody walk up the steps. You would hear a jiggle on the door handle, and it would be quiet. About a minute, maybe, you would hear a thump on a TV right outside our bedroom door. You would hear something on the mat, like almost like footsteps, and then the water would come on in the bathroom.
Same sequence.
Same sequence. So we were kids, but I was freaked. You know, I was.
Well, and here's the thing. So you were freaked out because you can't see, you don't know what it is. But there's a name, there's an actual name for that phenomena right there. And it's known as a residual type haunting, which means it's the same thing being played over and over again, just like you described.
Yeah, now check this out.
Okay.
This shows exactly like you see, you know what you're talking about. See, like, so even my mom, stepdad, like they've heard these things. They, you know, nobody. We come to find out later on, we had ended up moving out. Like some crazy stuff happened, like really crazy, and like we literally left there at like 3 a.m. My mom got us out of bed and our dun-dun-duns, and we left. I don't even remember if we ever even got our furniture and stuff out of there. Like we just left.
She had enough of it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, the story that we were told by the man who owned the house, his name was Mr. Brinkerhoff. I'll never forget this old man. He had a barber shop. But he said that there had been a fire there a while back, and that a man and his son died. But supposedly the man, he was a mechanic, he worked late, he would get off in the evening around 10 or 11 o'clock, supposedly would come home. Allegedly, our room was the kids' room. So, like, we were figuring, and then, like, that got me into wanting to know, like, what is this? How could this? What, you know what I mean? Like, and like you said, that residual haunting, like, it was like the routine. This man was coming home from work. He was checking on his kid, and he was going into the restroom and washing his hands.
Yep, and they don't even know that you're there.
Right.
They're going to continue to do that. And it's just like energy that's been trapped there that continues to do that.
Yes.
So if you would have known that back then, you probably would have been like, oh, hell, that ain't nothing. No big deal. I mean, but it takes time. And that's something like when I had my experience. Had I known that that was going to happen, I could be prepared for it. And, you know, then it would be like something I could, okay, this is what this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do it, to try to figure out why it does what it does, and to let other people know that, hey, it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. We see so much crap basically on movies and things like that, and how things are portrayed, and everything that you see paranormal wise is bad, or you see a shadow and it's black, it's evil. That's not the case.
Right.
It's just basically a lack of being educated. You know what I mean? And not in a bad way. I mean, most people don't go try to look for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, most people just, okay, I'm good on all that, you know.
Yeah. Or the other thing, like, okay, I don't want none of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And knowledge really is like it's empowering, you know, because like you said, like and that's just like, and with most things, when we don't know, you know, that breeds fear, you know, and that's understandable. But like, I was seeing that, like, you take, like, you're like, I see the element of like trying to, because I think a lot of people don't also understand that, like, they see show, especially when they see shows like Ghost Hunter, they think that you guys are just they don't realize like you guys actually are looking for the logical explanations before you even be like, oh, this is a haunt, this is a this is a that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
guys look to dispel to put like, oh, this.
Yeah, for me now and for our team, we get the stories, we get the claims, and we immediately the first thing that we try to do is um, look at a rational explanation for these. My door is opening. Well, is it because the door in the back of the house, when you open it, it creates that suction and that makes it open? We've all seen stuff like that. For me now, it's not even about finding entities or anything like that. I've been to that portion. Portion that I'm more interested in now is finding out how I can help the person that calls us, give them the reasons why I think this is happening, and give them a reason or an answer on how to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you've got something going on in your house, it doesn't mean that it's bad. We could possibly help you understand what this entity possibly needs, or in some cases, we could even help the entity itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
Yeah, which could literally help it to move on from whatever.
That's the goal. The goal isn't really to sit there and say, I mean, once you say this place is haunted or this isn't, what are you doing with that information?
Exactly.
So it's haunted. What can I do about that? I'm still going to have to live here. This is still my business. It's still scaring people. You know what I mean? So how can I deal with it being here? What can I do to help? That's where I'm at. That's where our team's at. So yeah, we go in, we look for an explanation, and the first thought isn't haunted. It isn't, there's ghosts all about every floor of this place. It's let's get to the bottom of what's going on here and help them. Some people get to the point where they feel like, they feel like they're being watched and they're starting to get sick and they think it's something paranormal when in fact it could be high EMFs, bad wiring in their house. And we go in there and say you got bad wiring, that could have stopped a fire from happening. So you got to look at everything and not just one little thing.
Right. And I like that you said that because that's something that, like, I know a lot of people, they don't understand. Like, they see things, they see EMF readers, they see this, and it's like, oh, they don't even understand that the EMF reader is more so, if I'm understanding this correctly, is more so because it will pick up all types of electromagnetic frequencies that could
It's a tool for electricians, basically.
Yeah. And what a lot of people don't understand is, like, when you're dealing with paranormal, all things really are energy. You know what I mean?
Energy.
That's what they don't understand. And that's, I don't think, what people, they're like, oh, they'll see that, they'll be like, oh, that just reads if there's a power source, this, that, and that. Well, if there is an entity that's a power source, it's energy. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to make sure these power sources aren't the things that are causing this to read.
So
and if aren't,
exactly. So basically what it is you can have high EMF ratings and it doesn't mean that there's something paranormal there. It just means that something in there is at a higher level than it should be, and it is said that entities use energy to manifest, do what they need to do. So if you're having, above or, these huge spikes, and it goes along with you're also hearing footsteps and the doors are opening. Now you're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's a ghost because you have these, because it could be just bad wiring. It could be, all the electronics we have in our house.
Yeah.
Things like that.
For example, in season 1 on Ghost Hunters, you guys actually could have prevented a fire.
Absolutely, at the Landall's Castle.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that's a good catch. Was it paranormal? No. What it was something that could really be harmful, and they had a history of fires there.
Yep. I watched every episode, by the way.
Oh, Had we not gone in and looked at all those details and looked at everything that had occurred there and used our devices to tell us one way or the other, who knows? They've already had 2 fires. They could be on another one. There was a gas leak while we were there too, and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Yeah, I remember.
Pilot light went out, is what it was. But had we not been in there to do that, who knows? Could the place have been burnt down by now? So we didn't actually go in to look for the actual spirits. We're trying to figure out the claims that they give us.
Right. And I think the more people I think, honestly, I feel that know, because like you obviously have the people that are very they're into it. They're like, oh yeah. But then you have people who they don't really grasp the totality of like the intent behind what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? And ultimately, like, you guys, it's a hero, really. Like, you guys are going in and like, people are scared. People are freaking out. People are nervous. People are taking on debt because they're leaving places because, and you guys are going in and helping people, put them at ease, dispel, oh, it's not this, it is this, it isn't that, it's this, it's that. It's giving them explanations, understanding, preventing potential disasters, like that gas. There was just like 2 years ago, the whole house blew up and even blew up partial houses next to it because lady had a gas leak for so long she didn't know, and she went to make breakfast and boom.
There you go.
That's reality.
Yeah, there's a difference between the term ghost hunter and paranormal investigator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a ghost hunter, in my opinion, is somebody that's going to look for ghosts. This place is haunted. This place is haunted. It has activity. Right? Now, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the other side. I want to investigate why you feel it's paranormal. And then once I've gone through my checklist and I can't figure out why, I haven't figured it out, then I have to start thinking the other way. Could it be a paranormal event?
Right.
And if it is, let's look at what's happened. I can't disprove it. Now let's get back to you and say, okay, here's what we've got. Here's how we can handle it. And we'll work together. The case doesn't end that one time. That case doesn't end after you guys see the episode.
Right.
If these people need help beyond that, they're told they can call us, whatever.
That's awesome.
I help people all the time. I
That's
still
awesome.
talk to a lot of the people that we went to their houses. So for us on this team and on this show, it's way more than just a show for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen, there's emotions and stuff into it too. If you've seen, I'll give you one for example, the Madison Seminary episode. Yeah. This was one that, my best friend's Rochelle, and we're working together, and she's starting to get sick, and she's starting to get ill, she's starting to feel terrible. I start to feel that way as well. Now, I couldn't explain it. I just know that it was happening. I couldn't disprove it at that moment. And I got to the point where I was starting to get really angry, and I had to remove myself from that situation right then so that I could gather my thoughts. When you get frustrated or you get upset, you start missing things.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically got myself out of there for the night, regrouped, hit it the next day in a different manner, and was able to come up with why that happened and basically help the people. That's a win for me.
I do remember that episode. It was.
I have a hard time watching
it.
Yeah. I spent years in the Marine Corps. So for me personally, helping people out and being kind of like the protector, it's in me. That's what I'm going to do. And I look at all these cases as kind of like a mission. And when you're in the Marine Corps, the mission comes before anything. Show no weakness. Get past whatever you have to get past to make sure that you get the job done.
Yeah.
Right. And I look at these cases like that.
And that's That's awesome. Like you
Well,
don't see that with a lot of people either.
you know, I've seen all the shows, and I've seen a
Hmm.
lot of good investigators, and I've seen, investigators that don't do it like I do it, or whatever. And I never voice my opinion on that. They do their thing, I do my thing. I'm here to work with my team and
Exactly.
go about our investigations and our techniques the way we do it. And I don't sit and knock
Say
people.
something.
Hmm.
I'm not, and I'm not trying to necessarily. I'm not like, okay, let me plug Ghost Hunters, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm a student. I study. I'm one of those. I don't like to not know. I don't like
Yeah,
that. I like to be in a conversation. Somebody say something. I'm like, I don't like that. I've had many, many experiences in life of the paranormal that have drawn me to look into and investigate and read and study and try to understand and figure out. So I love like when it started having shows, and I'm not just saying. I'm really Logan can attest. I'm not gonna pull your cord if it's not good. I'm gonna be like, give it up. You're
that's what
singing.
I
I
expect.
don't think you're a good singer. I'm gonna be like, maybe you should try writing. But I Ghost Hunters, I was on it. I was granting them. I was like, man, this is you know. And then I think it was Grant. I think he had was pulling back for a while. He had some things going. And I tried other shows, and I'm not trying to hate on other shows, but I was just like, you know what? Because personally, like I always felt the urgency, the thoroughness, the serious intent. Like I got that. You know what I mean? From Ghost Hunters, and other ones it seems so contrived and so forced and so lack kind of emotion, lack of if this really is a haunt, and even if it isn't a haunt, if these people are calling you with a claim, they might have kids, they're scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't come in like you're John Wayne. Don't come in just kind of it's just like help these people and don't, and I guess I didn't see a lot of that. And then when hunters came back, so to speak, and whatnot, and I've been just like, wow, you know what I mean? And then when I'm not aligned with Logan was like, yeah, look, check this out. And I was just like, what? And you can tell, like, you can kind of tell people's, and you could tell, you're a logistics guy. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell, you know what I mean? And, sorry. But